İdeal Gələcək Gənclər İctimai Birliyi Azərbaycan Respublikasının Prezidenti yanında qeyri-hökumət təşkilatlarına Dövlət Dəstəyi Şurasının maliyyə yardımı ilə beynəlxalq könüllülər üçün Azərbaycan Dili Məktəbi proqramının əcnəbilər arasında təşkilatlı layihəsinin təşkilatçılığı ilə keçirilən dərsə xoş gəlmisiniz. Hello everyone, today's lesson will be the singular and plural form of nouns. First of all, let's talk about nouns. What are nouns? Nouns which answering to these questions. Firstly, who, what, and where. Who is kim in Azerbaijan language? What, ne, where, hara. We use who, kim for people. For people. For example, mother, sister. Then what, ne for objects. For instance, book, table. Ata, bacı, kitap, parta. Then where, hara, we use where for places. For example, Spain, France, and etc. Okay. The questions of nouns are who, kim, what, ne, where, hara. Okay, now let's talk about the form of nouns. There are two types of forms of nouns. What are they? They are singular and plural form. Okay. So, what is singular and what is plural noun? Singular noun means that there is only one thing. For example, I can see a child in the room, or for example, there is one car in the yard. But plural forms are different. They are plural and it means two or more. For example, there are 5 children at the school, or there are 3 birds in the tree. It is plural form. Okay, in English language, as we know that, we add s or es to the end of the word. And if our words end with s, ss, ch, tch, x, o, z, we must add es suffix to the end of word. But in Azerbaijani language, the suffixes are lar and ler. Okay, now let's write some examples. Okay, for example, chicken, chickens in English language. Let's write chicken, chickens. Cüce, cüceler. Then car, cars. Maşın, maşınlar. For example, also we have some nouns which change from their roots and they are called irregular nouns. And what are they? For example, food, feet, woman, women. They are irregular nouns because they don't they don't accept s or es suffixes. They change from their roots. But in Azerbaijani language, it is different, and we again added lar or ler to the end of our nouns. For example, foot, feet, ayak, ayaklar, kadın, kadınlar. And try to remember vowel harmony from our first and second lesson. So, what is vowel harmony? If our stem or word end with hard vowel, we must add suffix with hard vowel. But if our word or stem ends with soft vowel, we must add suffix with soft vowel. Okay, let's look at this one. So, cüce, is soft vowel, cüce. And we must add lar, not lar. Cüceler is mistake, is false. Then let's look at this one. Maşın, maşınlar. Is hard vowel. That's why I added lar. Again, is hard vowel. Is soft vowel. Look at next one. Ayak, ayaklar. A is hard vowel, and we added lar. After that, kadın, kadınlar. Is hard vowel, and a is hard vowel again. Okay, it is the end of our plural and singular nouns, and after that, let's compare some sentences, and let's try to change singular sentences to the plural form. Okay, for example, I see tree. I see trees. I see 5 trees. Okay, let's translate. I see 3 men, ağaç görürüm. I see trees, it is plural form. Men, ağaçlar görürüm. I see 5 trees. Men, 5 ağaç görürüm. Okay, and we know that after numbers in English language, we must add plural nouns. For example, 5 trees, it is plural noun. But in Azerbaijani language, it is different. As you can see that I didn't add lar or ler to the end of our noun. We can't use plural noun after numbers in Azerbaijani language. Okay, numbers plus plural noun is not acceptable in Azerbaijani grammar. Okay, now let's write another sentence. For example, okay, a car is red. Cars are black. Okay, 3 cars are white. Let's translate them again. A car is red. Maşın kırmızıdır. maşınlar qaradır. 3 cars are white. 3 maşın, again maşın, not maşınlar. 3 maşın ağdır. Okay, it is the end of our lessons for plural and singular nouns. And now let's talk about a little about adjective. Adjective is also a main part of our language, not only in English but also in Azerbaijani language. It is the main part of sentences of our daily conversation. So, what is adjective? Adjectives questions are, for example, what kind, what type. In Azerbaijani, nece, ne tür, hansı. And we use nouns after adjectives. Okay, it is our rule. So, let's revise questions. Nece, ne tür, hansı. And after adjective, we must use nouns. Okay, adjectives is always combined with nouns. For example, let's write some sentences. It's an interesting book. Bu maraqlı kitabdır. Okay, where is the adjective? Interesting, maraqlı. So, what kind of book is it? It is an interesting book. Okay, bu necə kitabıdır? Bu maraqlı kitabıdır. Let's write another sentence. He is a tall man. O uzun kişidir. Where is the adjective? Tall, and this one uzun. So, o necə kişidir? O uzun kişidir. What kind of man is he? He is a tall man. And also, if we talk about the classification of adjectives, there are some types of adjectives. Now, we will write some. We have colors. Let's write some. Black, white, yellow, red, blue, green, pink, gray, purple. Okay, so black, qara, white, ağ, yellow, sarı, red, kırmızı, blue, mavi, green, yaşıl, pink, çehrayı, gray, boz, purple, benefşeyi. Okay, reread. Black, qara, white, ağ, yellow, sarı, sarı, red, kırmızı, kırmızı, blue, mavi, mavi, green, yaşıl, yaşıl, pink, çehrayı, çehrayı, gray, boz, boz, purple, benöfşeyi, benöfşeyi, benöfşeyi. Okay. After that, we have some adjectives about size. For example, big, small, large, tall, short, wide, narrow, and etc. So big, büyük, small, balaca, large, geniş, tall, hündür, short, kısa, wide, geniş, enli, narrow, dar, ensiz. So let's reread. Big, büyük, small, balaca, large, geniş, tall, hündür, short, kısa, wide, geniş, enli, narrow, dar, ensiz. Okay, after that we have some shapes. Shapes. For example, circle, round, triangle, square, and etc. So, meanings: circle, round, daire, yuvarlak, daire, yuvarlak, triangle, üçbucak, square, kvadrat. Okay, circle, daire, round, yuvarlak, dairevi, triangle, üçbucak, üçbucak, square, kvadrat, kvadrat. So after that we can say tasties. For example, tasty, salty, bitter, sweet. Okay, tasty, salty, bitter, sweet, hot, spicy. So tasty, tatlı, salty, tuzlu, bitter, acı, sweet, şirin, hot, istiyotlu, spicy, edviyatlı. Okay, tasty, tatlı, salty, tuzlu, bitter, acı, sweet, şirin, şirin, hot, istiyotlu, istiyotlu, spicy, edviyatlı, edviyatlı, edviyatlı. And after that, we can write adjectives about quantities. Okay, for example, few, much, many, little, several. Okay, few, az, much, çok, many, çok, little, az, several, bir neçe, and etc. Few, az, much, çok, many, çok, little, az, several, bir neçe. So, and at the end we can write adjectives about qualities. Qualities. Qualities. For example, interesting, boring, fascinating, surprising, angry, happy, jealous, interesting, meraklı, boring, sıkıcı, fascinating, heyrətamiz, surprising, təəccüblü, təəccübləndirici, angry, acıklı, happy, xoşbəxt, jealous, kıskanç. So, interesting, meraklı, boring, sıkıcı, sıkıcı, fascinating, heyrətamiz, heyrətamiz, heyrətamiz, surprising, təəccübləndirici, təəccübləndirici, təəccübləndirici, angry, acıklı, acıklı, happy, xoşbəxt, xoşbəxt, xoşbəxt, jealous, kıskanç, kıskanç, kıskanç. Okay. And now we can write some sentences about classification of adjectives. And as we said that our adjectives will connect nouns. For example, she is a happy person. O xoşbəxt insandır. Then, for example, they are angry women. Onlar acıklı kadınlardır. Okay, let's read. She is a happy person. O xoşbəxt insandır. Look, happy person, xoşbəxt insan. They are angry women. Angry women. Acıklı kadınlar. So they are our examples about the classification of adjectives. And after that, let's look at the degrees of adjectives in Azerbaijani language, and let's compare them with an English grammar. Okay, in English language there are 3 degrees of adjectives: simple, comparative, and superlative. Okay, let's write some. In simple degree, we don't have any suffix. For example, cold. Comparative degree, we add er suffix to the end of our words, which words are short and has 1 or 2 syllables. And we add more at the beginning of our word, which is which has 2 or more syllables. For example, beautiful, more beautiful, but cold, colder. And superlative degree, we use the article, of course, and after that we use est and most. Okay, for short adjectives and for long adjectives. And in Azerbaijani language, let's compare them. Adi, derece, mügaise, üstünlük. Adi derece, it is simple degree, and again we don't have any suffix. For example, cold, soyuk. Mügaise derecesi, comparative degree. Mügaise, we use daha. And in superlative degree, we use en. Now, let's write some sentences. Okay, cold, colder, the coldest. Soyuk, daha soyuk, en soyuk. Then, for example, beautiful, more beautiful, and the most beautiful. Güzel, daha güzel, en güzel. Okay, daha, en for comparative degree and for superlative degree. Okay, now let's write some sentences about degrees of adjectives. Simple degree. For example, she is beautiful. O güzeldir. Sarah is more beautiful than Jane. Sarah Jane'den daha güzeldir. Sarah Jane'den daha güzeldir. And superlative degree, Sarah is the most beautiful. Is the most beautiful girl in our class. Sara bizim sınıfta en güzel kızdır. Sara bizim sınıfta en güzel kızdır. And it is superlative degree of adjective. Okay. She is beautiful. O güzeldir. Sarah is more beautiful than Jane. Sarah Jane'den daha güzeldir. Sarah is the most beautiful girl in our class. Sarah bizim sınıfta en güzel kızdır. Okay. Now we have some suffixes that we use for adjectives, and also there is a suffix in English. What is it? It is ish suffix. Ish suffix. For example, yellowish, reddish. In Azerbaijani language, it's translating until, imtil, umtul, umtul. Okay, for example, kırmızım tıl, reddish. Kırmızı, hard vowel, that's why I add until after that. For example, göğümtül, blue, göy. Göy, is soft vowel, that's why I added umtul. After that, for example, boz, gray, bozumtul. O, hard vowel, umtul. Okay, so ish suffix is translating umtul, imtil, umtul, umtul. And again, we can see the harmony of vowels. For example, kırmızı, kırmızımtıl, göy, göğümtül, boz, bozumtul, and etc. Okay, and we can use some little words for superlative adjectives. So, we can use en, lab, zil. We can use these words for superlative degree in Azerbaijani language. And zil we only use for colors. For instance, not for qualities, tastes, or quantities, and etc. Only for colors, okay? So, en, lab, zil. Let's write some sentences. My sister is the most intelligent. Mənim bacım ən ağıllıdır. Or mənim bacım lap ağıllıdır. Let's use this word zil. Her hair is the darkest. Onun saçı zil qaradır. Onun saçı zil qaradır. So we can use an, lap, zil for superlative degrees of our adjectives. Okay, and for colors only we can use zil. Okay, and after that we can use some another verb for make adjectives weaker. For example, açık. It is light. So we can use light blue, açık mavi. Then light green, açık yaşıl. Okay, açık makes our adjectives weaker. So light blue, açık mavi. Light green, açık yaşıl. Okay, so it is the end of our adjectives, and we have learned today the plural and singular form of nouns, and after that we'll learn about adjectives, the classification of adjectives, and also the degrees of adjectives. Now let's look at some words, and it's about weather in Azerbaijan. Actually, in Azerbaijani people called Baku the city of wind, küləklər şəhəri. So, and it means that Baku is a very windy city, and it is a fact. So, let's look. Firstly, how can we ask the weather in Azerbaijani language? We use hava bugün necədir? What is the weather like today? What's the weather like today? It is, or the weather is. For example, sunny, windy, cloudy, rainy, snowy, cold, boiling, hot, storm, and etc. Okay, now let's translate. Hava güneşlidir. Güneşli. windy, küləkli. Cloudy, bulutlu. Rainy, yağışlı. Snowy, garlı. Actually, we can't see snow in Azerbaijani for our climates. In fact, there are 9 climates in our country, but we can't see snow for 3 or 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, cold, soğuk. Boiling, very hot. It means very hot. Okay, çok isti. Hot, isti. Stormy, tufanlı. Okay, so hava güneşlidir, küləklidir, bulutludur, yağışlıdır, qarlıdır, soyuqdur, çox istidir, tufanlıdır. Okay, and they are words about weather in Azerbaijani language. Okay, let's write some sentences. Okay, it's going to rain. So we won't go to the cinema. Yağış yağacak. Rain. Yağışlı. Yağış yağacak. Biz kinoya gitmeyeceğiz. It is future tense form. Yağış yağacak. Ona göre de biz kinoya gitmeyeceğiz. It is future tense form, but don't worry, we'll talk about it our next lessons. Okay, it's going to rain, so we won't go to the cinema. Hava yağışlıdır. So yağış yağacak. Ona göre de biz kinoya gitmeyeceğiz. So that's all for today, and it's our words about weather in Azerbaijani language. And okay, so see you soon. Bye bye.